Good afternoon, children. Hope all are safe. Welcome back to the class. In previous class, we have learned about the plants and increasing in numbers, how plants are useful to us, and how they are prepared, how they can prepare their own food. Now we are learning about animals. Animals everywhere. Okay. All of you open your textbooks with your pencils in your hands. Look carefully at the pictures of the animals below. See the animals below, children, everyone. Can you guess why they are grouped into 4 separate columns? See here the animals are grouped into 4 separate columns. They are grouped into 4 separate columns. We see animals on land, on trees, in water and also in air. Some animals live in land, some animals live in water, some animals live in air, and some animals live in trees. So they are grouped in 4 categories. Okay. The natural home or surroundings of an animal where it lives, eats, grows and has babies is called its habitat. What is it is called? Habitat. Underline, children. Underline habitat. What is it called? Habitat. Where it lives, where it eats, where it grows, and at place where the surroundings, places where it lives is called habitat. Habitat is called as a habitat. Okay. The large animal kingdom consists of different types of animals. So there is a large types of kingdom. It consists of a different kinds of animals. Their organs of breathing, feeding and movements are suited to their habitats. So there are number of animals, different kinds of animals, and these animals and their movements and their eatings are according to their habitats. Okay, children, are according to their habitats. See, breathing in animals. Some animals breathe through lungs. I think in 4th class, in previous classes you have learned how animals breathe. I think not more you have learned, but you have learned a little bit. Fish breathe through gills, that is water animals. Water animals breathe through gills. Example, fish, whale. Okay. And some animals breathe through air holes, like small insects like ants, cockroaches, etc. And some animals breathe like horses, monkeys, like these all. Large animals breathe through lungs. There are different animals. Breathing system is also different in the animals. Okay, children? Breathing system is also different in the animals. We will see now how they breathe. Breathing in animals. Animals need to breathe to get oxygen. Like humans only, animals also need oxygen. We take oxygen and leave out carbon dioxide. Whereas plants take in carbon dioxide and leave out oxygen for us to live. Okay? Oxygen burns the food within their bodies and release energy for various activities. It takes in oxygen and burns out the activities and release energy for more activities. Animals get their supply of oxygen from their surroundings. How they get? They get their supply of oxygen from their surroundings. Land animals breathe in oxygen from the air. How land animals? Land animals means what? What are land animals? Horses, monkeys, land animals. How they get? They get oxygen through air. How they get? Through air. They breathe through lungs. Water animals, how they get their oxygen? Water animals breathe through gills. Fish, whale, etc. Okay? They get through. How they get? Aquatic animals take oxygen from water. How they get oxygen from water? What are they called as? Aquatic animals. What are they called as? Aquatic animals. They are called as aquatic animals. Land animals take oxygen from air, whereas water animals take from water, and these are called as aquatic animals. What are they called as? Aquatic animals. Underline aquatic. Okay, children. Coming, organs of breathing. What are the organs of breathing? In which organ they breathe? How they take oxygen we have learned now, and through which organ the animals breathe. Okay, humans breathe through lungs. So how they breathe, how animals breathe, we'll see. Microbes or microscopic animals like amoeba, paramecium breathe through their body surface. Amoeba, I think you know, no? Amoeba, see here. Breathe through body surface. It breathes through body surface. Okay? It breathes through body surface. And amoeba, like paramecium. Paramecium is, paramecium is like a shape of shoe. Okay? The body is a shape of shoe. That also breathes through body surface. Insects like grasshoppers, cockroaches breathes through air holes. I told you, no? Breathes through cockroaches. Ants breathes through air holes. They will be having holes in the body. They breathe through air holes. Okay, children? And these holes are called spiracles. What are they called? They are called spiracles. What are they called? Spiracles. Underline spiracles, children. Underline spiracles. They are called spiracles. Okay? The blood of insects does not contain the oxygen carrier called hemoglobin. The blood of insects does not contain the oxygen carrier. The blood of insects does not contain the oxygen carrier called hemoglobin. What is it called? Hemoglobin. The insects does not contain the oxygen carrier. That is called as hemoglobin. What is called? Hemoglobin. Underline hemoglobin. That is why their blood is not red in color. The blood of cockroaches or ants, it is not red in color. Why? Because the oxygen is not carried. The oxygen is not carried in the cockroaches or ants. So the blood is not carried in the hemoglobin. So that is not red in color. The hemoglobin substance is not there in the cockroaches, in the blood of the cockroaches or ants. So there is no, the blood is not red in color. The blood is not red in color. How is oxygen then carried to the various parts of an insect's body? Then how it carries to the insect's bodies? How it carries? The spiracles, through spiracles, that is air holes. Through air holes, the lead to air tubes which form a fine network that reaches every tissue of the body. So through spiracles only, through air holes, it reaches to every part of the body. In that way, the cockroaches and ants breathe. children? Breathe the oxygen. Air enters the body through this network. The air will be entering the body through this network. The body tissues absorb oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, which is expelled from the body. They take the oxygen inside through spiracles, this network. Okay, they take through spiracles and they leave out carbon dioxide. Some animals like earthworms take in oxygen through their thin, moist skin. So earthworms take through their skin. So they breathe through their skin with their moist skin. I think all of you know earthworm, how it will be. The earthworm will be, it's a very moist skin. Very moist skin. It breathes through this moist skin. It breathes through that. Okay. Next, coming to the aquatic animals, that is the animals which lives in water. Aquatic animals, they breathe through gills. How do they breathe? They breathe through gills. The fish breathes through its gills. So do prawns, crabs, oysters, tadpoles. All these breathe through gills. These gills are special organs that are richly supplied with blood vessels. These gills are very, very special organs. They are supplied with blood vessels. With what they are supplied? They are supplied with blood vessels. When water flows over the gills, an exchange of gases takes place. The water will be flowing through the gills, then exchange of gases will be taking place. The gills absorb oxygen from the water and release carbon dioxide. When the water passes on through the gills, what happens then? The gases takes place, the exchange of gases takes place. When the water forms through gills, at that time there will be the exchange of gases. The oxygen will be taken in and they release out carbon dioxide. In this process, the aquatic animals breathe in oxygen and leave out carbon dioxide. The aquatic animals breathe through gills. Okay, breathe through gills. A frog is an amphibian. Amphibian means what? What is an amphibian? What is an amphibian? An amphibian is an animal which lives both in land and in water. The frog lives both in land and also in water. A frog is an amphibian. A baby frog or a tadpole breathes through its gills. A baby frog, even a frog also breathes through its gills. It lives both on land and also in water. Both on land and in water. Okay. An adult frog breathes through its lungs. So, a tadpole means it's not an adult frog. A baby frog breathes through its gills, but an adult frog breathes through its lungs. Okay? On land. An adult frog breathes through its lungs on land and through its moist skin in water. See, an adult frog breathes through its lungs when it is on land and breathes through its moist skin when it is in water. So it is called as an amphibian. So it is called as an amphibian. We have learned about cockroaches and ants. They breathe through spiracles called air holes. We learned about water animals. They breathe through gills. We learned about amphibians, that is frogs. How they will do? They live both on land and also in water. When it is a tadpole, when it is in water, it will breathe through gills. But an adult frog, when it is on land, it breathes through lungs. But when it is in water, it breathes through gills with the moist skin. Okay, children? Reptiles, birds and mammals breathe with the help of lungs. Reptiles, birds and mammals, how they breathe? They breathe with the help of their lungs. Okay? Humans and mammals. We take in air through the nose. How we take? How we will take? We'll take the air through. How we will breathe? We'll breathe through nose. Once breathe, all of you children. All of you breathe. We'll breathe through our nose. How we will breathe? We'll breathe through our nose. Okay? Humans are mammals. We take in air through the nose. This air enters the lungs through the windpipe. Okay. This air enters the lungs through the windpipe. So whatever we breathe through the nose, this air enters through the windpipe. We are having windpipe here. It enters through the windpipe. And the lungs are richly supplied with blood vessels. And these are richly supplied with blood vessels. When the air reaches the lungs, an exchange of gases takes place between the air. If the air reaches the lungs, what happens? An exchange of gases takes place, and between the air and the blood, oxygen from the air passes into the blood and carbon dioxide, and the blood passes into the air. What happens? And blood passes into the air. Then the lungs contract and the air containing carbon dioxide comes out through the nose. Then the lungs contract and air comes out containing carbon dioxide, and it comes through the nose. We take in oxygen and leaves out carbon dioxide. The lungs contract and the air containing carbon dioxide comes out through the nose. Whales and dolphins are also mammals. Whales and dolphins are also mammals. Therefore, they are lung breathers even though they live in water. Even though they live in water, they are lung breathers. Whales and so we have learned now how animals breathe. Okay children, we have learned how animals breathe. How animals breathe children? We have learned how land animals breathe, how water animals breathe, and even some of the water animals which live in water are also lung breathers. Okay? Cockroaches and ants breathe in through spiracles. These are nothing but air holes. And water animals, that is aquatic animals like fish, etc. They breathe through gills. And amphibian, example frog, which lives both on land and in water, that is frog. A baby frog called tadpole breathes when it is in water, breathes through gill, and an adult frog which lives on land breathes through lung, and when it is in water it breathes through its moist skin. Whereas whales and mammals, even though they live in water, they are lung breathers. Take in oxygen and leave out carbon dioxide. Okay? Hope you have understood the session children. Next, coming to feeding habits in animals. Morning 8 nunchi teesu. Feeding habits in animals. Animals need food to grow, to get energy and to stay healthy. So animals need food to grow, to get energy and to stay healthy like human beings also. Different animals eat different types of foods. All animals will not eat same type of food. Different animals eat different types of food. Their feeding habits depend upon them, what type of food they eat, and their mouth parts are suited to which type of food they eat. Organs of feeding. See, organs of feeding. See, all type of animals will not eat the same food. Different types of animals will eat different types of food. They have to take food because they need energy. I think all of you have learned in class 3, no children? Birds, all how they'll eat the food? They'll take through beaks. Birds will be having beaks, no? Long beaks. They'll be taking their food through beaks. I think all of you have seen the crows, how they'll take the food. They'll be taking through the beaks. In the same way, some birds will be taking through claws also. Like that, different types of birds, different types of animals will be taking their food in different ways according how they are suited to their food. Rodents like rabbits, mice and squirrels have small and sharp front teeth. They gnaw seeds and fruits. See, rabbits, mice and squirrels, they'll be having a small sharp front teeth. What they'll do, they'll gnaw the food. Like that, they'll be gnawing the food. Okay. Herbivorous. Herbivorous means cows, goats. They are not flesh-eating animals. They are plant-eating animals. Herbivorous means what? They are plant-eating animals. Herbivorous. Carnivorous means what? Flesh-eating animals. Plant-eating animals like cows, buffaloes. How they'll graze? I think you have seen many of the animals. I think you have seen cows, buffaloes, no? Like that. Giraffes have sharp front teeth for biting and strong broad teeth for chewing. Chewing, you know, no? Here you will be, I think everyone will chew your chocolates, bubble gums. How you will chew your bubble gums? Like that, for chewing they will chew. They eat green plants. Carnivorous like lion, tiger and cat. They have a sharp pointed and carved front teeth for tearing the flesh. Carnivorous are flesh eating animals. What are carnivorous? Flesh eating animals. They'll be having sharp front teeth for tearing the animals. Okay. They also have strong grinding teeth to chew flesh and bones. They'll be having a strong grinding teeth for what? For chewing the bones. They have to eat bones, no? So, for chewing the bones, they'll have strong and pointed teeth. They feed on flesh of other animals. Flesh-eating birds like eagles, kites, vultures have strong and sharp and hooked beaks and claws to catch their prey and to tear the flesh. They'll also tear the flesh. Okay, children? They all are flesh-eating animals. So, all the animals will not eat the same food. They'll be eating different kinds of foods. Okay? There are flesh-eating animals, plant-eating animals. Okay? Some will be their plant-eating animals, flesh-eating animals. Some will be chewing, some will be gnawing, some will be eating bones, like that. According to that, their mouths and their claws or their teeth are also suited for it. Okay. Next, coming to movement in animals. Next one is movement in animals. Animals need to move in order to search of food. Yes, they will not stay in a same place. If they stay in a same place, how they will get the food? They can't get the food. They have to move from one place to another in search of food. They have to protect themselves and they have to move from one place to another. And their babies, they have to protect their babies from being hunted and build resting and also breeding places. They have to go in search of food. They have to protect their babies. They have to feed their babies. Animals have different types of body parts or limbs for movement and different ways of moving from one place to another. Okay, they are having different, they move to different parts of places for hunting, and they are also having different parts of the body for their movement in animals. Hope you have understood this session, children. I'll be back with other session. Bye all. And see what I have told you. Please go through the lesson once again and recall the lesson. Bye.